everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I have a video for you today, and we are going to talk about how to use Collage Masterboards to make quickly, hopefully, a pile of ephemera. So these pieces were made from one 8.5 by 11 Collage Masterboard. So I'm going to show you all of that in just a minute. But let me first show you what I made, and I'll show you how I chopped it up and all of that too. So some of these are just like little journaling cards that you can stick down in pockets. This one, I added a flip of scrapbook paper and that pretty sticker so that you have some pretty things. This one could be attached, you know, to a journal page and installed as a pocket or tucked inside. It just has that little strip there. And then this piece I made into a pocket and put some of my scraps. They're not really scraps, but pieces of kits that I just haven't gotten around to using. A tag. I could have put a ribbon on there and didn't do that. This one is another pocket, but I intended it to go on the page this way, so you have a little bit of journaling space, and it could be a side load, but it certainly could go that way. And then this piece too is a journaling card. I just love that button. This was, I think, a freebie by My Porch Prints a while back. So I think I may start calling these Use Up My Mess March instead of necessarily Mass Make March. But I'm definitely digging deep these days and trying to use up some of those things that I have had on hand. So I hope you'll enjoy this super easy tutorial, but to hopefully get your ideas flowing of all the different things you can do with a Collage Masterboard. So there's lots of videos out there. I've done them on Collage Masterboards. A lot of times I will use a whole variety of scraps of papers that I have left over, and I think those are beautiful, and they make beautiful snippet strips and pieces of ephemera. Today I decided to just do Collage Masterboard with the book page, and I don't know that we're going to cover a whole page. I'm just going to show you how I approach it. This is a piece of the 90-pound Nina cardstock that I use every day with my digitals, and I accidentally had it in the printer when I was printing a document, and so I just covered that for the person's name. But you can use stuff like this, mistakes, paper, junk mail, you know, whatever you want. I wanted to have a pretty nice base for mine, and I am going to collage right over this, this text here, and you're not even gonna know that it was there. I'm just gonna get this is just a piece of paper. I don't know where my magazine is that I use when I'm using my glue stick. So I usually start with a fairly large piece, and of course these can be ragged edges. It doesn't have to be these. I tore with a ruler, but they don't even have to be straight, you know. It really just depends on what you want to do. And I have some pieces that I've already torn into smaller rectangles. And let's see. And I literally just sit here and overlap these until I like how it looks. Couldn't be easier, right? And when you're using all of these neutrals, obviously, you know, you just keep going and it's pretty easy. I try, even when I'm doing varieties of papers, to not overthink it and to just go for it. Because once you start chopping up the masterboard, it really does look fabulous. So when I get to, let me show you, edges, I don't even worry about, let me do a piece like this and some more kind of squares. I don't even worry about the edge, and I think it looks good to let things kind of hang over and overlap in different ways. So see, like I'll just let it hang over. And when I'm all done, I will go back and just trim that off. So on these, for whatever reason, I decided to keep the text, except for that little piece, running in the same direction. You don't even have to do that. I know I'm probably off camera. I'm just, my paper is sticking to everything. Let's see. And this one could go like that. All right. So then you'll just flip it over and trim off anything that hangs over. All right. So, and when I say overlap, you know, again, you don't have, I think it looks better. Why? I'm having such a hard time with everything sticking. I think everything looks better being at, you know, these different points and not all lining up perfectly. Okay. Now I do use, for this type of collaging, my Yoo-Hoo glue stick. It's my favorite glue stick. If you want to see some of the supplies I use, you can go to my Amazon storefront and check those out. I'll link the package. I buy these in bulk that I get most of the time if I remember, but it's in there in the storefront. So after you get this completely covered, I like to set these under a big pile of heavy books. And a lot of times I'll do this in the afternoon and then just leave it overnight and, you know, make quite a few and have them ready to go. They don't take long. If you don't want to wait overnight, you know, what, an hour, just get it to dry. It'll be really nice and flat and give you a nice surface to work on. Okay. So I do encourage you, stick books on top of it. All right, we're going to stop there because I have one pre-made that's already sat under the books overnight and are ready to go. I'll finish this one later since we're not going to use it. And then if you have any little pieces afterwards that lift up just a tiny bit or after you chop it up, you can just glue them back there. It's not a big deal. All right, let me set that out of my way. Now, I want to show you, you can chop yours up any way you want. You know, you could just do several strips. You could do little squares. This is how I did mine because I wanted my pieces, you know, to be a little bit different. And so, see how nice that is? Let me give you the measurements really quick, and I'll, if I can figure out how to put it in the description without it being confusing, I did draw myself a little template. The first cut is at 3 inches. So you get a 3-inch strip, and then I cut it at 6 inches. So you get a 3x6 and a 3x2.5 piece. All right. The next cut I made was at 2.5 inches. And then I cut it in half. So we have 2.5 by 4 1/4, 2.5 by 4 1/4. The next cut I made was I turned the paper this way and I cut it 3 inches. And that left me with a piece that's 5.5 by 3. And then this piece right here, I cut in half on the 5.5 inch side. So it's 2 3/4 by 5.5. So it was a square. Look at that, a 5.5 by 5.5 square. So I guess you could cut it either way you want the orientation of your text to be. All right, so you end up with 7 pieces. All right. Again, you can just chop yours up however you want and then decorate your pieces. There is no magic except that that's how I did it, and I figured you guys might want to know. All right, now when I'm kind of bulk, you know, making things, a lot of times when I go to decorate a page, I will attempt to decorate the items so that they kind of coordinate and maybe could be used in the same journal or project today, when I made my other ones, I just started, like I said, I started using my mess. So pieces I have had in my stash for a long time. Things from my scrap bin. You know, you could, if you have a scrapbook paper pack and some leftover pieces, or you have a digital paper pack and you're like, I really want ephemera to coordinate, you know, with a larger project I'm making, you know, go for it. You can use, you know, the color palette, stickers, fussy cuts, whatever that kind of coordinate. That's up to you. I have made quite a few things using the book page as a base. This is a Reader's Digest book, by the way. And then just used, you know, a bunch of the different like little tabs and number tabs and stickers, and they look great. You can also layer, like I did on some of mine, some neutral journaling paper or coffee dyed paper, and you know, just leave a little bit of a border and they look great. So once I get all of them inked, I feel like I'm kind of ready to start playing with looking at my papers. One thing that I definitely wanted to do with some of them was to use some vintage sheet music. And I've had this piece sitting here from something I was doing on my desk, and I thought, let's use it today. So I'm gonna get a finger tear going on this side, and we're gonna just start doing some quick crafting and have fun, because I got 7 pieces to do. All right. And sometimes I'll start looking at pieces and realize, oh, that's going to look better on a different size card, right? Because of how I just tore it or something. And you know, play around, move around with what you've got on your desk or in your scrap bin. I was thinking of, oh, look at these. These are faux buttons. I was thinking that I might do, let's do that. Let's do another quick, come on, Pam. You have all these scraps. Find something that you want to work with. Another little piece with a pocket, and we'll add some of these tags and things. We'll just decorate it a little bit differently. So I don't want it too deep. I want to kind of see what's in there. So I tore that at 1 1/4 inches. And as usual, I will add the ink. So this will be a pocket, and it could, you know, be this way and side load. I think I'm going to work on it as if it's going to be a top load pocket. It's actually good. Let's get a pop of color, and I'm going to punch the little holes out of this faux button. I didn't do a great job of lining them up. That's okay. You guys aren't gonna, you know, get fussy with me about it, I don't think. And then let's grab our basket of not organized seam binding and really get a pop of color going by putting a piece of pink in there. Wouldn't that be fun to kind of go with that? So maybe the coral to go with that little tiny flower there. And I need to, this is going to be fun if I don't have my scissors. Here they are. I'm like, where could they go? And hopefully I left that approximately the right size to tie a cute little bow. Been trying not to be wasteful with it. Oh, it doesn't even need a bow. It just needs to be tied. So we'll save it and be able to use this other piece for something else. So let's get it kind of towards the end. I think I might be mumbling. I apologize. Cuteness. So cute. Yep, that's all it needs. A bow would have been a little bulky, I think. All right, we'll set that there. And surprisingly, it also kind of makes it a touch more neutral, which is kind of interesting. All right, hold it by the side you want to leave open. And since this has some writing, I want to make sure I have it turned the correct way. And this I'll just glue down too. So stinking cute. Okay. And then just from my, I have so many doodads pile, we'll just throw a few, that's a lot of butterflies, a few pieces in. Okay. So, and you don't even have to put anything in here. I'm just kind of doing that to remind us that we made a pocket, because you could just have this as a piece of ephemera ready to go in whatever journal you're ready to work on. Okay, let's work on this one. And I'll put these away. I'm going to do the same thing and try to just use a variety of different papers and things that I have laying around. Let me go back to this music. And I'm thinking I may make it be kind of like a topper, but I'm not going to glue it down just yet. It's very fragile and very old. I think this is from, if I remember correctly, like the 1930s. Okay. Old paper makes me happy. Okay, here's a piece of, it's not quite wide enough. These are some of my offcuts from other projects. And I don't have to have it, you know, be completely, or to, you know, I could leave some of the text showing, or we could put another little piece of paper. I do think here, this is that little bag, and see these buttons, are they not the cutest? And there were also other little pieces in here that I used even the other day when I was doing a video. The bow is cute too. I definitely want to do another one with the buttons. You know what? Just that with the music and that bow, that's pretty. Let's make this one just be that simple. I do want a little bit of ink. And I think we're going to just, you know, go elegant, simple. I would love that to be a journaling card in one of my journals. All right. So even with the paper being kind of wrinkly, crinkly, you can get it to glue down. Another idea, and I don't usually do this, but if you do coffee dye your own paper like I do, and I do this occasionally, you can also, you know, I dry mine in the oven, and then when it comes out, you can put it under big heavy books. You can also iron it, but if you'll, you know, right after it comes out, put it under some big heavy books again, maybe overnight, and you'll get the coffee dyed colors, but it won't be as wrinkly and wavy. Now, a lot of times I like mine to have all that crinkle, and you know, so you decide, you know, do you want it in for different projects, you know, getting it really nice and flat, like if you're going to sew it on something would look really pretty, you know, so there's just lots of different things to do. Oh, I like that. Simple, but pretty. So let's do, let me find, okay, I have these, I have this little one, and I have these. I want to do another one with, I think I want to do a big one with one of these buttons. So let me see what I have. What I did before is oh, this is what I meant too. If something doesn't get glued down quite right, just glue it down. It'll be okay. I'm going to do a tear, and I think I'm going to do it very similar to how I did the other one. We're just going to This will go great in my sewing journal to have these with the buttons. So we'll just make another, ooh, I think I like this side better, another journaling spot. Glue it down. I'm using up my mess. Is anybody else going to try to use up your mess this March? If so, let me know. I would love to know. And let me know what you think of these ideas. And if there's something, if you're going to try any of them. I go through stages. This one's already inked, so we'll use it. I go through stages where I do a lot of collage, you know, masterboarding, and make snippet, what I call snippet, you know, tape kind of thing. But pretty wide, like, you know, a wide masking tape size, something like that. And then I won't do it for a few months, you know, and I don't know why. It's just how it is. I'm just going to leave that one for now. Cute. So again, a piece of neutral paper and a fussy cut. So fun. All right, let's do one that has a flip. Again, very easy. We've done similar things like this. This was something I was working on, some type of folio, obviously, and then stopped. So it already has some rounded corners, and I'm going to just tear it just a little of the left of that crease line. So cute. And then I want it to come over like this. So I'm just going to flip it over and fold it back. And that is determining, okay, bone folder, you're hiding. This is a pretty thick piece of scrapbook paper. And my back of my cards are getting a little dirty because of all the inking and the shedding and my fingers. We can always back them if we need to. It's easier for me when I'm not filming to try to at least keep my space a little bit clean. All right. I think we might see that, so we'll ink it. All right, this one's going to open this way because of the orientation of the flower. This one that I did opens this way. Isn't that cute? And I put that little piece there, which you don't have to do. We could just use a Velcro dot like I did, you know, right here on this, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to hold it down and then just glue the little flap we made to this piece of the masterboard. Cuteness. All right, let's find these stickers. And again, we're kind of in those fun pink tones. And the stickers, these are some washi stickers. Have a lot of green, blues. This is the one that I used, and I may use it again because it goes so well with that paper. Let me see if there's another one that's in those tones. Whoa, that's a different shape flower. Like there's one. That one's cute. What is this? That one's cute. I'm thinking I'm liking this one, but it's almost like it needs something else. Now I have just made a grand mess with my stickers, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to get this piece of paper, and we're going to scoop them up because we might use them again. And I'm going to just set them in another section of my desk. And I will put them up later, or we'll use them again. Should we add some writing space? Yeah, let's do that, just because the sticker is much smaller and it'll be like a little journal spot. And if you don't open it, it's hidden. All right, I'm using a lot of these strips up too. And depending on, you know, the journal size when I'm making, I do end up with a lot of skinny strips of coffee dyed and tea dyed paper. So I love getting to use it. I have a whole box. And I'll just grab a handful sometimes when I'm doing this kind of crafting. There we go. And again, with these washi stickers, if I kind of use my bone folder and really burnish it down, it feels like the colors pop a little bit better. All right, now I put that sticker there and didn't think about my little Velcro closure, thinking that, let's see if I have anything that might work. If not, I'm just going to put it on the corner up there. Ooh, the green is cute, isn't it? It looks like a kind of like a plain wax seal maybe. And here's a blue one that could go on the inside, because look, there's a touch of blue. Okay, so let's add some ink. And I had to play with it with the ones I chose for the other one, because these are not perfect circles, to kind of get them to line up okay-ish together. Okay-ish is a word, right? All right, I'm only going to have it come over just a touch. All right, so I'm going to not put glue on this section because some of it is going to be overlapping. I don't want to glue it closed. Now, let's think about this. Is there a little wobbly section? I think just like that is going to fit the best. And I am going to add some glue there. And then on the back here. And it's okay if there's a little bit of white showing, but I kind of wanted to give it that impression. Oh yeah, that's cute. All right, and then we will do a Velcro dot. I've shown you guys these a lot of times. They are super thin, and I use them a lot. I'm gonna get them on Amazon. Ooh, okay. Let's just put it kind of right there in the middle. You don't really notice that it's there. Look how cute. Nice. I love it. All right. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, 3 more. I don't know how long we've been going, but I'm going to keep going. I hope you'll stay with me. All right, a little bitty one here. I had some of these. This was from, I believe, like last year's March kit with Pink Monarch prints, maybe. It had these little fun items. And I just made, oh, look, there's a typewriter. I just made, looks like there's a mix-up from some other kits as well. But I just, again, was throwing things in these little bags, and I'm going to be organized and keep all of the things that coordinate together in the same little bag. And then they just have been sitting in a bin. So, and like I said, I pulled them out, I know, recently, as I've been thinking about, you know, stash builders, mass make March, all of that. And I thought, goodness gracious, I just need to use this stuff. Use it, use it. Okay. I'm liking the contrast of that butterfly. And I may do something like this and just another little layer of torn paper and that butterfly, and maybe a piece of twine or ribbon, and then let it just be a journaling card. Tiny bit of ink. Yeah, won't that be cute? Again, simple. You can later, when you're ready to actually use it, if you want to kick it up a notch even further, you can. Glue. But you know, super cute, just like that. Maybe a little number or something later. Let's staple a piece of ribbon to it. Why not? A little bit of green. I still have that peach color over there too. Oh, you know what? Instead of stapling it, we haven't used the slot punch. Let's use the slot punch. I'm going to bring it up some. And we'll just tie it on. So darling. And if you guys made some of this seam binding ribbon after that tutorial, you may have some of this on hand to use too. Won't that be fun? Not very even, Pam. I could trim it off, but I think I like it a little bit longer. There we go. Cute and simple. All right, let's do another one using the greens since I have these out. Oh, that would be fun, adding the pocket, but I don't think I have the tags that go in there. So not right now. Those ladies. What should I do? Should I do a bird's nest? And I don't have a bird either. I was thinking it would be cute to tuck some things behind it. I'm going to save that though. That bird's nest, I'm pretty sure that's in my porch prints. I will save it. Okay, let's use that as a topper. And I'm thinking we'll head on over to a different bag because I saw this flower was speaking to me. I'm doing this type of crafting where I'm just kind of crafting on the fly, and I have to film a video for our 15-minute craft challenge. So I'm also kind of thinking I could have done one of these. I couldn't have done all of them right in 15 minutes, but like I could have definitely. But it's okay. I'll think of something else, I'm sure, when I look at my scraps. All right. I'm thinking offset just a little, and let's find something like this, right? Sometimes just putting a little number or something on your project pulls it all together for some reason. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I think we just have one large one. Maybe we'll make it kind of like a tall tag bookmark or something. All right, I'm gonna start gluing, and usually that'll help. This is a little bit wider than my piece, and I left it that way intentionally. I can always trim the edges off if I don't like it. Ooh, I kind of like that number too. We could do something like that. I don't know. Don't get distracted, Pam. We're just gonna lay it down. I could, and I do when I'm not, when I'm not trying to entertain you guys. No, when I'm not trying to move through and just kind of get things done, I will. I'll sit here with all my little bits and pieces and lay them down and arrange them and look at them, and I might go get myself a cup of tea and come back. I do want you guys to know that. You know, I do not, I'm going to do the slot punch again, stress myself out when I'm by myself. And I'm not stressed. I just don't want you guys to get bored while you're watching my brain try to come up with ways to decorate 7 pieces. But that book page turned into a Collage Masterboard definitely gives you a fun backdrop. All right, all of these pieces, I'm running out of space on my desk, so we got to get some of them back in here. But I'm just going to use this as a little scoop and get that out of my way. Now, what else do I have that I haven't used? Let's see what's in this bag. Ooh, that's so different than anything we've been working with. These probably came from oh gosh, I hesitate. I'm thinking either Graphics Fairy or Digital Collage Club. Just can't remember. Look at that bird. I don't know, but that pattern was screaming, hello. Look at these. Isn't that pretty? It's like vintage, really elaborate wallpaper is what I'm guessing. All right. I think I'm going to do that one just because I was going to sit here and really wonder, you know what? Is this, or is it like a Stamperia paper? I can't remember. Guys, I don't know. If anybody knows where this is from, let me know. The colors and the way they're not kind of all in the same palette tells me it's not a scrapbook like a Stamperia, not Stamperia, a Stamperia kit. But then this made me think of some of their kits. So how about we do this? Let's make a large, deep pocket. And we're going to put some of these tags in here. And it's going to be beautiful. So simple, but beautiful. All right, so I cut a piece that's going to fit right there. I'm going to add glue to the 3 sides. Can't even tell the texture of the paper. Yeah, it's not Stamperia because it's single-sided. All right. Look at the green. Isn't that pretty? All right. So maybe we'll get crazy and just have a mix of the patterns and the colors all coming through. That one's very similar. I kind of like seeing the 3 fanned out like that. Ooh, here are some birds I cut out from some of my vintage bird books. Treasures, right? I wish I had seen this before I decorated all my pieces. All right, we'll do something with these another time. So sweet. Okay. I won't do it for this week's 15-minute craft video, but maybe I will dig out one of my bird books and we'll just make something on the fly in 15 minutes with one of those from the book itself. All right, anything else? Yeah, I'm thinking Graphics Fairy. This could be a nice bookmark in and of itself right there, but I'm not going to try to cram it in there right now. This still needs a little something, and that's what I was looking for. I don't know. Maybe just a word. What do you think? A word? Or a label? Yeah. This is a label in another language. And I think it's going to help finish this one off. I hope you guys, if you haven't already, will leave me a comment, like the video. That's really, really helps when you guys do that. It tells YouTube you like it, and it shows my videos to more people. And if you haven't already, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. This one I'm feeling needs something, but I'm going to think about it. We're going to stop. Anyway, I hope you'll do those things. And if you're enjoying my content, and we'll certainly come back and see what I'm up to in future videos. Let me just move. I won't clean this up right now, but let me move it out of our way at least a little bit so we can see what we've made. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And in my shoving everything around, I may have lost the ones that were my prototypes. That's 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I didn't go back to my stickers. 5. Something just flew. And I think 6 and 7. All right, we have 14 pieces. And I really again, I don't know how long we were on camera, but if I wasn't on camera and I just let myself create, I could get rid of a lot of my mess. All right, I hope you like it. I hope you will let me know. Have a great day until next time, everybody.